did the Chiefs not only find the switch but flip it? Are we officially flipped on as a potentially dynastic defending Super Bowl champion, or what? What do you got?
Listen, one thing I've learned throughout this year and even last year is never pick against the Chiefs. I continuously do it, though. I fall into it every time. I was full on board. I fell into the trap after the Raiders game. I was just, hey, you know what? There's no way this team makes a run this time.
The Christmas Day loss to the Raiders, and the one that got me, though, is I've been saying from this chair over and over again, do not let the Bills in the tournament. They're that dangerous team. Don't let them in. And the team that first opened the door for them or stuck Kadarius Toney's foot in the door was the Chiefs. And I thought to myself, there's just no way they're finally going to get the Chiefs in their building and lose. And I was wrong. I was flat out wrong about it.
Well, it's another amazing job by Andy Reid. I mean, really, you look at it.
What do you do? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think you look at it in that game. They went to 13 personnel. They committed to running the football some. They really converted in the pass game out of it as well. I mean,
for people who might not know what 13
so they're putting
personnel.
3 tight ends on the field. And you know, I think, to me, you look at it, I think even in the second half last year in the Super Bowl, there was an intent of we're going to have to play a physical style of football game to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, all year I've been kind of wondering why I haven't seen a little bit of that out of them. And sometimes, like, with guys like Andy Reid and a guy like Mahomes, I just wonder some of these coaches that are like, you know, we're good enough to get in. And then when we get in, I'm going to kind of give people a little bit different style of what our approach maybe to attack teams will be. Because it sure seems like all of a sudden this week, he had an intent of we're going to use these 3 tight ends. We're going to run the football with them. We're going to build play actions and passes off of it. And they were able to dice the Bills up with it. And maybe it could be just because of how beat up the Bills were. He felt like that was something they could do. But I'll be interested to see if we don't see it again this week.
Well, I mean, yeah, clearly the Bills' linebacking core was exploitable in a way that the Ravens' linebacking core will not. But doesn't it make sense to have fewer wide receivers on the field?
I mean, that's kind of what I mean, and that's why it's been interesting to me all year through the struggles they've had. They continue to take the approach of we'll get better or it'll improve instead of just adjusting to, hey, maybe we change up personnel groupings of how we actually go about the games. And so I think it's interesting to see him do it now in these big moments. Now, I also think that the caliber where the Dolphins were with the amount of players they had lost, the Bills were, this is going to be a much different challenge, taking on the Baltimore Ravens in this defense, because I think you actually finally are playing 2 teams that are really healthy, and we'll see how it plays out this week.
So can you give me your best analysis of what Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator in Baltimore, has changed that has elevated everything and obviously allowed Lamar to become an MVP player, what appears to be for a second time?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that we kind of said that when he took the job, that was going to be really the development of Lamar Jackson again as a quarterback, in the sense of them being balanced offensively and finding different ways to attack you, and not always being one style that they were going to attack you with, whether it be things they'd done in the past under Roman or not, just finding more balance in their offense to where every week you felt like, man, there's different ways they're going to go after teams, and it doesn't mean there's one personnel group or one style we're going to play with, and you've seen them do it all year. But I think the biggest thing to me has been the adjustments. Like, throughout a game, you can tell Monken is the real deal, and he has a feel for, all right, if this is your plan for how you're going to play us, I have some plays or I have some adjustments throughout the game we'll make, and we'll be able to attack you. And I think that's what you continue to see. It's this development of Lamar can handle all these different things. And hey, we want to play this style of football in this game, and this is what we got to do. And the thing I love the most is hearing that at halftime, Lamar Jackson was, ticked off, screaming at guys. He said he did a lot of cussing or whatever. And, you could see when he came out for the second half a couple of times, this dude was like, we ain't losing today. Like, no way we're losing today. And they're going to need that to go close this out. And I think it's only fitting. You want to go represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs found a way to get there. You got to go through the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes to get there. Again, it's another, these script writing people who say that we script it all. We're not helping ourselves, but it happened again.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.